Daily God's Promise, Day 9. Welcome, beloved friends, to Daily God's Promise, Day 9. Today, we embrace a radical covenant blessing of divine health and protection found in Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 15, NKJV. And the Lord will take away from you all sickness, and will afflict you with none of the dreadful diseases of Egypt which you have known, but will lay them on all those who hate you. This is God's comprehensive promise to be your personal physician, granting you supernatural exemption from the most terrifying diseases of the world. Exemption from all sickness. The promise begins with a sweeping declaration. The Lord will take away from you all sickness. This is a promise of comprehensive healing and prevention. The phrase suggests God's total dominion over all forms of illness. He promises not merely to heal a few things, but to actively remove sickness from His people and protect them from its onset. This divine healthcare plan is superior to any earthly system because it operates on a spiritual level, guaranteeing the full life and wellness that Christ secured for us. Immunity from dreadful diseases. The promise becomes specific, and will afflict you with none of the dreadful diseases of Egypt which you have known. This emphasizes divine immunity. The diseases of Egypt, plagues, pestilence, represented the worst and most devastating forms of illness known to them. God guarantees exemption from the world's most dreadful afflictions. Because we are called to be separate from the world's ways, we can claim exemption from the consequences of the world's spiritual and physical corruption. The principle of separation. This promise is intrinsically linked to our identity as a people set apart for God. The verse concludes with the separation of blessing and curse, but will lay them on all those who hate you. This highlights the divine favor and protection designed to visually distinguish God's people from the world. When we choose to live in holiness and separate ourselves from the world's destructive practices, we move into the line of blessing, activating the promise of health and exemption. Spiritual choices have tangible physical outcomes. A promise for the health-anxious soul in a generation gripped by health anxiety and the fear of pandemics. This promise is our anchor. It counters the lie that we are left vulnerable to every threat the world faces. Christ's finished work includes our total redemption, spirit, soul, and body. This truth empowers you to stand firm, trusting that the Lord will take away what tries to attack you, and grant you exemption from the dreadful afflictions that plague the world. Living in this promise today, step into your identity as one whom the Lord has set apart. Receive the promise of divine health by consistently choosing holiness and separation from worldly influence. Lay claim to the promise of exemption from sickness and disease. Thank God for the complete spiritual and physical health care He provides, knowing that His power is greater than any disease. May you walk today in the supernatural health and freedom of the Lord. God bless you and give you grace after grace.